Check one, check two. Check one, check two. Mike's is hot. Mike's is hot. We live on your dial, man. Waiting on Monk Money to shoot up in the studio. Hopefully should be here soon. But hit me in the comment box. Make sure the sound is good. We can adjust that for you. What up, though, Venus? Venus just checked in, man, all the way from New York City. What up, though, Venus? Be checking you out next weekend down at the podcast festival. Shout out to the Afros and Audio Podcast Festival. I'll be down in Brooklyn next weekend, Saturday and Sunday. That's the June 22nd, 23rd. So we'll be out there, man, trying to soak up some of this podcast game. But yeah, we'll be down there. Got a couple other people checking in. Black Doug, what's good, baby? My man B Rad just checked in. What up, though? Rhonda just checked in. What's good, baby? We live on IG Live too, YouTube as well. So if you got YouTube, man, you can check us out on YouTube right now. Also, don't forget, man, you can support the brand, Part of My Eastside, at partofmyeastside.com, and we can get that popping, dog. But we got a poll today too. Does your child need to go to college to be successful? That's what we want to know. That's the hot topic for today, man. But outside of that, let me see. We're gonna talk a little bit about what's been going on this week. And right now, we're going to go to a quick commercial break while we're waiting on Monk Money to actually make it to the studio. So we go to this commercial real quick, and we'll be back in 45 seconds. So go ahead and hit that poll, though. Right now, it's 100% says no, 0% says yes. So right now, no one thinks that it's important for your kid to go to college to be successful. We're going to talk about that, though, all right? So we'll be back in about 45 seconds. You know exactly what it is, man. The Live is Cloud radio show on the planet, man, straight from the E-Block Radio, live on your dial. And we're back. Back in the studio, man. Definitely, you know exactly what it is. The Live is Cloud radio show on the planet, man. Straight from the E-Block Radio, live on your dial. Of course, it's your man's the Hood, Howard Stern, Q Lewis, holding it down live from the 48205. My man Monk Money is on his way in the studio, so we'll get started in just a minute. I just want to give a few shout outs, man. Still got some people checking in. My man Marcus just checked in. What up, though? Toby just checked in. What's good? Shanice, what up, cuz? My cuz just checked in. Monk Money just checked in the building. What's good, baby?
What up, fam?
Chilling, man. Chilling. It's Friday, dog. Freaky Friday. God damn.
Wake and bake kid.
God damn. I was not prepared for all of the weedables. IG Live, we definitely back in the building, man. You hitting the pin tonight, huh? That's what's up, dog. Anyway, dog, I was just, we went to commercial break at the beginning so we can get some stuff set up. But it is Friday. We're going to talk about, some stuff that's been going on this week. First of all, before we get all the way started, I did want to say rest in peace to Mr. Chase. You seen that, dog?
Chase?
Yeah, Mr. Chase, the dude from the radio. Yeah, he died. I'm not sure what happened. I just happened to run across that. I think Coco had posted it and said rest in peace, Mr. Chase. I'm like, damn, I didn't even know that had happened. That's fucked up, though.
That's fucked up.
So yeah, rest in peace to if you're not from the Metro Detroit area, then that's actually a radio show anchor. On, I'm not sure. I think it's 92.3 now. Used to be on WJLB, but yeah, rest in peace to Mr. Chase, dog. That's kind of crazy.
That's really crazy.
Yeah, it's really crazy, dog. It ran across my timeline. I didn't know. Like, I didn't hear nothing about it until I seen Coco had posted something about it. So, rest in peace to him. Shit, what else going on, dog? We was just on Wednesday, so Easy Street Saloon's coming soon.
Definitely,
Yeah.
Easy Street. You know what I'm saying? Getting that all prepared up. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
It's looking really, really good. You know what I mean? Like any of my family and friends want to come out. You know what I'm saying? Check it out, man. Come on.
For sure.
We gonna
Juju Bees just checked in on Instagram. Go ahead.
we're trying to get it popping before the 1st of July. You know what I'm saying? So
That's what's up.
we're working hard on that, getting it on. You know what I mean?
Oh, so that'd be dope though, because then you can do
Getting
the
all
4th of
these
July.
licenses, Yes,
Yeah.
getting all these licenses. Probably not the 4th of July because people gonna be outside.
Yeah, or out of town.
Or out of town.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that don't make sense.
That don't make sense. But we're gonna get this bitch cracking, and we're gonna have good food, fun, entertainment.
Where food and fun collides.
Yes.
I just made that up on the fly.
that was dope,
I think it
too.
went together though. I think it went
did.
together.
Perfect,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So just in case you need social media needs, make sure you hit me up, Quincy L. Lewis. I do that for a living, almost, sort of. All right, so let me see. What else is going on I wanted to talk about? It really ain't nothing. I kind of want to get to the topic in a minute. I'm kind of mad, though. Wednesday, nobody got the answer correct. So I spent that $10 on Subway, and I did though because it was supposed to be lunch on the block for you, but nobody answered the question. So I took that $10 and went to Subway. And what I'm excited about though, right, is that Subway give you coupons so you get shit on the next time. So what happened was I bought a rotisserie chicken wrap and shit, and I got a coupon for a free 21-ounce drink the next time and shit. So that's gonna encourage me to go back just to buy a sandwich just so I can get a pop up.
That's what's up, man.
That's what's up. I think that's what we need to start doing to Easy Street Saloon, though, right?
What's that?
Start giving away some kind of coupons, like when people purchase stuff.
Definitely.
Something to think about. So be on the lookout for the Easy Street Saloon, and of course you can again support our brand, Pardon My Eastside, by going to pardonmyeastside.com right now and order T-shirts, hats, and all that good stuff. 25% off if you use the promo code eBlockRadio. All right, so make sure you check that out. Venus said, "Did you watch? Did they see us?" I haven't watched it yet. I apologize. I want to watch it, and I'm going to. I'm going to carve out some time to go ahead and watch that. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm getting to it, boss. I'm getting to it.
I just like to get through one episode of shit. Like right now, I was watching Queen of the South, so I'm done with Queen of the South.
Yeah.
So now I can actually sit down and give it some time.
Cause you try to stick to one thing. I get you. Yeah, that makes sense. I know, Venus. I'm gonna watch the shit. All right. I'm getting to it, boss. I'm getting to it. But what have I watched? I haven't really watched anything, to be honest with you. No, I haven't watched nothing. So that's gonna be the next on the thing. I know I gotta watch it. I'm gonna get on it. I'm gonna get on it for real. It was something else I wanted to talk about. What was it? Something that happened? Damn, it seemed like it was something on my mind, but now I don't recall what it was because it's Friday and it's the Wake and Bake show, and I've probably been baking. But hit the poll right now. Does your child need to go to college to be successful? That's what we want to know. The polls right now is 100% says no. First of all, let me give you a little background information on how we came up with this topic. Actually, I was watching the Breakfast Club the other day, and Irv Gotti and Ja Rule was on there. So shout out to Irv Gotti, Ja Rule, Murder Inc. But they got into basically a heated debate about whether you would need to send your kids to school for them to be successful. So basically what it was, Irv Gotti was like, he not sending his kids to school off rip, period. Like it's not even an option. He was like, he showed them the business and he took them out with him, and now they learn their own business and now they making like 6 figures or whatever. And he said that he with that and he not with the institution of education. So Ja Rule was like, well, what about all the people who fought for, our right to go to school and shit? And since that happened, then you need to send your kids to school and take advantage of it. So that was that point and his point, and they was kind of battling that out. So DJ Envy was kind of in the middle. Because he said that, again, I think we mentioned this before on another show, that some shit I think you do need specialized education for. But at the end of the day, I think him and Irv was like, school just, it ain't the shit. Like, you don't need it to be successful. So that's what we want to know, man. We want to know for your kids, though, because, like, we old now, and you got kids, and if you got little kids, like, what are you thinking about for the future? Do they really need to go to college in order to be successful? That's what we're gonna talk about in just a moment. 100% say no right now. 0% obviously say yes. So 0%. I'm trying to see, was there something else I wanted to get into before? Ain't nothing else going on with you? No? Nothing. Damn, I really felt like it was something I wanted to talk about other than Mr. Chase. Right, I can't really remember what's going on here. Again, don't forget, man, I'll be out in the Brooklyn area next weekend for the Afros and Audio Podcast Festival. So shout out to them, man, for hooking me up with a ticket to go to this podcast festival. If you're in the Brooklyn area and you want to buy a book from me, I'll be there. And this is my book. What's the name of Those Brilliant Bastards? That's my book. So make sure you check that out. If you catch me in Brooklyn, man, I'm selling them out the trunk or out the suitcase or whatever. For only $20. Right now, you can hit me too. $20, you can get a signed autographed copy sent to anywhere in the earth. All right. So I got you. I'll hook you up. All right. So what we gonna do right now is 10:25. So we gonna shoot to a commercial break for just a second, and when we get back, we're going to dive into this topic. Does your child need to go to college to be successful? That's what we want to know, man. Hit that poll and then be ready to answer these questions because we're getting ready to talk about it live in 45 seconds, man. You know exactly what it is. The Livest Cloud Radio Show on the planet. Straight from the E-Block Radio. Be back in about 45 seconds. Check one, check two. We're back in the building, man. Thank y'all for checking us out. Of course, you know exactly what it is. The Livest Cloud Radio Show on the planet. Straight from the E-Block Radio, man. We is definitely in the building. And let's get to it, dog. It's 10:27 on your dial right now, man. We got about a half hour to talk shit. So look, we want to know, does your child need to go to college to be successful, dog? Hit me in the comment box right now. We will read your comment live on the air. Monk Money. What'd you say, dog? Them youngins. Do they need to go to college in order to be successful? Nah? Well, you know what? I guess this is the question. Now, do they need to? All right, we kind of answered that already, but would you even make that an option for your kid?
If he wants to go, yes.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? If he wants to go, like I said, like we said in the previous show, like if your kid is going to be a doctor, lawyer, you know what I'm saying, shit like that, you know what I'm saying, pilot, they want to do all that shit, then yes, I think it's definitely they should go to college. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if that's what your dream is and that's what you want to do.
Right.
But I know personally a lot of people haven't been to college and they're successful. And,
oh yeah, for sure.
And trust me, I'm not saying that, you know, college is not a stepping stool to get, you know what I'm saying, like it's like a fucking, you know, a meeting ground. You know what I mean? Basically, you know what I'm saying? You get cool with people, like shit. You went there and got, you know what I'm saying?
I got cool with people. I can't really say nothing about the education part of it, but
but it's like
it's good networking.
Good networking.
Good networking. Definitely.
Definitely good networking.
I can say that.
Chop it up with people and that and the other, but but other than that, I mean, like for maybe teachers, shit like that. But other than that, I don't see no.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people, bro. A lot of people probably half of these motherfuckers don't even speak English that well, and that's successful. They have never been in probably even school. Period.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
Real talk. You know what I'm saying? I really think it's all about your drive, dog. You know what I mean? I think it's all about your drive and your push. You know what I'm saying? Like if your kid driven to do something and passionate to do something, then I think you should just go at that, stick at that, and just roll with it, man. And you can't be successful. I was watching this shit with Jay-Z. Okay. And Jay-Z said, God gave everybody a bit of genius. You just got to tap into that genius that you good at. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody got it. You know what I mean? So, I feel like it's all about the drive and your push and just getting it, man. Like, shit. I know dudes that can't even fucking read the dog is on the block. Hey, motherfucker successful as a motherfucker.
Nah, that's not good though.
It's not good, but shit, he's successful to the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, he ain't got no money problems. You know what I mean? Like, true. But I'm not saying that.
He will if he can't read a contract.
Yeah. he got hood dreams. He got
hood dreams. Okay, that's cool. So. My man Square say skilled trades be looking better and better instead of all this debt. That's for sure. So skilled trade is something that's that need to be coming up. That's something that we was talking about a few weeks ago too. That is a program in Detroit. I don't know the particulars of it right now because this is not what we was talking about, but it just popped up in my head. But they're giving away basically this skilled trade opportunity where you can learn all these skilled trades at no cost, and like they placing you in jobs and everything, because basically it's a dying field because you got people working skilled trades right now. It's like 80 years old, so like nobody's coming beneath them. They don't have nobody to teach. Like what's gonna happen at that point? And the fucked up thing though, Miriam just checked in. What up though? The fucked up thing about the whole shit with school though is that, and I think Irv Gotti said this on the Breakfast Club, it is true. School, just like before secondary school, so before college, school all the way through is training you to be a worker. Like that's what it does. Like it trains you to follow orders and be obedient to rules and shit. I mean that's what school does. And at the end of the day, man, when you go to if you aspire to be something outside of the box, then school is probably I'm gonna say definitely not for you. For my kids, to be honest with you, I don't know. I'm not even sure if I want to, and it's probably not gonna be a popular opinion, but I'm not even sure if I want to present the idea of school to them. Like maybe if they come in contact with some friends who going to school, or
well, this is my thing. Like,
I don't even know.
If my son said he want to be a scientist,
well, damn, he gotta go to school.
Go to school.
Yeah, he gotta go to school.
Like, that's what you want to do. I'm gonna promote that. But I have one son. He just want to be a gym teacher.
Yeah.
I'm gonna promote that too, but dog is like go ahead and get it in, get it out, and get it done, because that's the only way that you gonna fucking succeed in life, in your career, whatever you wanted to do.
Whatever you wanted to be, right?
Like I really don't think he want to be a damn gym teacher, but
how you know?
Cause he's still young. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he don't know what he want to do.
Yeah. I worked in factories and shit before.
Oh God,
shit,
I don't even want to talk about factories.
And I hated them.
Hell yeah, factories suck. Shout out to the factory workers though.
I'm just saying, like some people can roll with the factories. Factories ain't for me, bro. I mean, it's redundant, bro. You do the same thing for fucking 35 minutes, and for one, I got a piss problem.
He said a piss problem.
I can't lead the line and go piss. If I lead the line and go piss, I'm stopping the whole goddamn production. Yeah. Hell no. Hell no.
Mariam said, "Follow your dreams." I think that's the most important thing to do. And school may be an opportunity. I guess my thing is that before you send your kids to school, have a plan as to how you gonna pay for it. Because the last thing you want your kids to do is spend their entire life in debt, like we did, or like some of us did. And some of us were smarter enough to not get into debt. But and I guess that comes from the reason, or the reason being, I think, is because the generation before us didn't really go to school. You know what I'm saying? So like nobody had an opportunity to tell us how to do shit, and nobody knew what to do. So when we went to school, it's like, yeah, bet you going to school, we excited about it, and then on the back end, we was like, damn, how you gonna pay for it? Right. And you weren't thinking about that shit at first. And you got rich people now who it's rich people now who really ain't sending their kids to school. And they prospering and they don't have to deal with the debt. I think that's the worst part of it. The worst part of it is going to school for those many years and then coming out owing $60,000-$70,000 in debt and not even getting a job that's paying that. So
rich kids ain't got to worry about that damn money, but they just saying, "Why pay this shit?
Pay this shit, right?
if I got my son, if I had a successful business, a successful thing, just help he could just learn this shit,
right?" And that's what Irv Gotti was basically saying. So that's kind of how you put it into perspective. Michelle Alfred just checked in. What up, though, Michelle? Shout out to her and everything she got going on. We will see you in November for the Spoken Word Billboard Awards in Grand Rapids, Michigan. I don't know if I was supposed to say all of that because it hasn't been announced yet, but sorry, I already said it. It is in November, though. I think I'm safe with saying that. Venus checked in. She said, if your kid got a talent that you know is going to pay off, then they don't need college. But on the other hand, if your child is average, then yes, because college degrees makes the job application look better. Sorry, there wasn't a I'm not sure option on the poll, right? Because yeah, it is a gray area. But and I feel what you're saying about it's kind of fucked up. Nobody wants to admit that their kid is average, but for the most part, most of us are. Most of us are average, and we just have to find out what we're superb in. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, I don't think that school is necessary to do that. So for me, like to answer that question, does your child need to go to college to be successful? I say absolutely not. I do want to piggyback just real quick on what Ja Rule said on the Breakfast Club interview about how people fought for, our rights to have, education and everything. So let me say this. This is my stance on that. I don't know if this makes sense or not, but I am an advocate for education. I'm just not an advocate for the institution of college. All right. So if that makes sense to you, I think that you definitely need to go learn everything that you need to learn. I don't think you necessarily need to pay $70,000 to get it from an institution. That's all I mean by that. Especially when you got when you go to school, like quite honestly, when you go to school, all you're doing is reading information out of a book. Somebody's teaching it to you, like they providing some kind of guidance, but really these are the same books that are available for you if you just went and got them. You know what I'm saying? And on YouTube and everything else. So at that point,
they still got bookstores.
Yeah, they still got bookstores. Like this is no different. Oh, this is gonna really go get fucked up though. There's no different from people who are spiritual and very inclined and in depth into religion who don't go to church. Like they read the Bible and they do all these other things and they don't necessarily go into the church to receive it from a pastor.
Yes, and I have
just like a teacher.
I got auntie. Mm-hmm. I got an auntie, man, rest her soul. She was the most God-fearingest woman I knew, bro. Yeah. And at some point, she just stopped going to church. Yeah. She's like, I'm living over here average, and the pastor living like a king. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I just don't understand it. I don't think God will ever, put a dude in that position to do that, to like oversee us like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? But she stopped going. She's homeschooled her kids. All her kids are successful as hell. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, true. So shit, it works out for people. Yeah. And I don't think that you should say we average. I don't think any kid is average. I think they just haven't tapped into their fucking genius.
To what their genius is, right? I got you.
I don't think nobody's like average, bro. Like, right. You know what I mean? Like, you just haven't tapped into what you good at. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You just ain't quick enough to tap in. Some people tap into.
Got to be quicker than that.
I'm just saying, like a lot of people ain't. You know what I mean? Like catch on late. Like I ain't gonna lie, I was a late bloomer. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like shit just didn't come to school. Shit just didn't come good to me, bro. Yeah. Like, it wasn't just. I
mean, either shit. I forced it. I forced it like a motherfucker. Like we was talking about that. I was actually I was at my Square job yesterday. I was having an eval, and we was just talking about life goals and shit like that. And we was talking about how obviously we had all been to school and graduated, but wasn't necessarily sure that we would recommend that to our kids, and that kind of went into this conversation as well. But it's just like people, it take a little while for you to find your stride, I guess is what you would call it. It take a little while to find your stride, But just like for me, when I went to school, like when I first went to school, I swore that I was gonna be a computer scientist, right? So I just knew that I was gonna fuck with computers and all that shit, right? And then when I went and found out I couldn't really even place out of algebra 1, I was like, you know what, this shit ain't for me, because numbers ain't for me, dog. Like, I fucking suck. Like, numbers is like a foreign language, bro. Like, that math shit just, if it don't add up like money, like other shit, I don't know how to do it. I don't understand. So then that's when I knew like I couldn't do it. But at that point, I didn't know what I wanted to do. Then I fucked around and got like a journalism course and shit, and found out that damn, I like to write. And then that's how I figured out what I wanted to do in life and shit. Tapped into your purpose. You know what I'm saying? And that don't happen for everybody. You know, early. Sometimes it don't happen till later on. But once you tap into that shit, school could be a means. And then Venus, I see what you're saying, because that is true. That in most places now, community college is free. Now, dog, if that was the case when we was coming up, dog, because like it's a stigma. I think I talked about this yesterday with somebody else, but it is a stigma that like community college is like you went to community college, man, get the fuck out of here. If I could have got a free ass associate's degree from community college, bro, I'd have been in that bitch like WC3 till I die, nigga. Like, fuck, what you mean? Like, dog, what you mean, dog? I'd have got that quick ass associate's degree for free, and then thought about going to a 4-year university and pay that $50,000. But dog, to get that off rip, I mean, that's like, I mean, these days, the associate's degree is probably the equivalent of a high school diploma now, the way these jobs acting. And that's what's crazy about these jobs, though. These corporations, and you know what? Fuck it, we gonna say it. These corporations is being ran by billion-dollar motherfucking people who ain't never stepped foot in no motherfucking classroom. And then, but then they want you to have a $90,000 debt fucking education to give you a peon job. I'm just saying, dog. I'm not mad. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's a vicious cycle, bro.
It is,
and that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, and a lot of these motherfuckers, they ain't the cause of it. Shit, they just taking advantage of it. You know what I'm saying? And in some instance, you can't be mad at them for it. You know what I mean? But still, all in the same. Like, you right. Gotta know what you want in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta know. Like, you gotta tap into your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people walk around here and still don't know what they good at. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't understand, like, how people just, like...
Comfortable.
You know what I'm saying? Like just basically just comfortable, bro.
That's what it is.
I can't sit down until I get it, baby boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't sit down until I try to get something going.
It's easy to get comfortable, though. It's easy to get... I mean, you got to think about... Especially the generation before us. It's easy to get comfortable. Like I said, I talk shit about factory jobs and the auto industry. Because it's failing right now and people are depending on it and losing their livelihood because the automakers is fucking up. But at the end of the day, I know that the generation before me, including my old man, because of the auto industry is like the reason that I was able to have any kind of life. Like, so for them, they got into a role where, you know, people was working at the factory 30, 40 years. Like, for us, for this new generation, dog, we can't fathom it. No. Like, I don't think in this generation, like, I don't even know if you can stay at a job for 30 or 40 years these days, because most jobs not even lasting. Like, business is closing like a motherfucker. So you can't even work nowhere for 30 years because before you can get 10 in, shit, they closing the doors. So like, it's like it's a completely different world. And I think that's got to force you to try to do something different. But I think our generation coming up, though, that was the thing, though. It was like, all right, you get out of high school, go to college. Like, they was really drilling it in. I felt like I really had to go. It was like if you didn't go, it's like you did something wrong type of shit. I wouldn't ever want to give my kids that feeling that, like, if you don't go to school, then you doing something wrong. You got to finish high school because that's how you get the little core fundamentals and shit. But after that, like, trade school is cool. Community college, take it because it's free.
It's free.
You know what I'm saying? Why not? Like, shit, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, even if you don't want to do that, I ain't mad. Because that shit ain't for everybody.
It ain't for everybody.
No, not at all.
Like, but, you know, some people, like, it could be for some people, and some people can tap into it late. Like, I know I was at a barbershop, when I was talking to this guy, man. You know, this dude had a clean cut, you know what I'm saying? Got this motherfucking, you see his socks and shit.
Oh, you one of them cats. One of them cats, yeah, okay.
So, you know what I mean? He telling me and shit like, dog, man, when I got out of prison, nigga, you what?
Right. Don't even look like it at all.
Like, you was in work? Like, yes, man. When I got out of prison, bro, that just opened my eyes, dog. Like, it's so much out here for more. Now I'm successful. real estate. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. And I'm doing this all the right way. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can't touch me now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, damn, like, dog, you do not look like you've been in prison, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's the point. That's the point, dog.
Yes, bro. He don't look like he came nowhere. You know, you know, like the stereotype. You thinking they got a do-rag on.
Every nigga get out jail with a do-rag with a hat on.
Yeah, with a hat on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was expecting that from you know, this dude said he was in jail. I've been sitting here chopping up with him. Didn't know that for the longest. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's crazy, though. You know what I mean? Like, people tap into their shit late. Or something had to happen for them to tap into it. But if you sitting still and not doing anything, this shit ain't gonna happen.
I mean, you got to take advantage of it. That's just like shout out to Carlos Harris, which hopefully we'll be getting on the show soon. I told you I met him maybe about a month ago. He runs the Detroit Technical School downtown. We chopped it up, like I said, and we chopping up about everything. Like, he running the social media shit. He running that whole program down there, and we just chopping it up like a motherfucker. He know all of this shit, and I just happened to mention to him about the book I wrote, Those Brilliant Bastards, available right now for only $20. And I'll just show you a picture of it real quick. That's my book. So somehow we got on the conversation about it. He asked me what it was about, and I was like, it was about mass incarceration or whatever. And it's like, it struck a chord in him, right? So he's like, word? What made you write about that? So I told him, about the people I met, Yusef Shakur, you know what I'm saying? Like some other people that I met who had this similar story. And I just felt like this was important for people our generation and younger to hear or whatever. And it struck a chord with him because he had spent, 7 or 8 years in prison. And I'm like, it's just like how you say it, like, dog, you don't look like. But then that's us stereotyping what you think you look like getting out of jail.
But you just got to think about, like, all the great men behind us, bro. They all of them went to prison. A lot of
Malcolm
them
X.
went to prison. You know
right. Martin Luther King.
I mean, like, a lot of them went to prison and came out, bro, and just
got their shit straight.
Bro.
Yeah.
So you can't blame it on just the system, bro.
Yeah.
It's on your drive, bro. It's on how you want to move, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because you can get up out that shit, whatever you doing, and fly straight.
Pick yourself up by your bootstraps.
Right. Tap into your genius, baby.
You like that shit, huh? You sticking with that? Tap into your genius. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
We gonna fuck with that, dog.
Real talk. You know what I mean? Like, people go their whole lives and not knowing what they're good at. And that's fucked up. You know what I mean? Honestly, I still don't think this is where I am. Basically just stopping and say, look, I'm just good at this, I'm going to stick with this.
Oh, no, definitely not. You should always be evolving.
Yes.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yes, and I'm trying to keep evolving, you know what I mean? Like, the years change, you know what I mean? Like, shit changed, dog. Like, a lot of situations changed. Like, the automotive shit, it changed. At first, it was booming.
Man,
it was either graduate from high school, you going to Ford or Chrysler or one of the big three, or go to college.
Or go to college, you're right.
And it was simple as that, you know what I'm saying? And now this shit fell, and now you got to move with the times, man. You got to move with the times, baby boy. You know what I'm saying? You got to stay flexible, man. You got to be a chameleon out here in this motherfucker.
You do.
Like, for real talk.
And that's something we talked about yesterday, too, is that we in a day and age where you have to have multiple streams of income. Yeah. You have to be multifaceted. Like, you can't have one job. And that's why, like, Uber and Lyft and all that shit is popular, because that's a dominant side hustle for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you gotta be open to do shit like that. And I think that a lot of times school handicaps you from that, because it make you so focused on that one thing that it's hard to realize that you're going to have multiple hustles. Mm-hmm. And I think that you learn how to multitask and have multiple hustles, honestly, by not going to school. I don't want to I don't want to discourage anyone from going to school and shit, but I do want to discourage you from going if you don't have a plan on how to pay for it. Simple as that, dog. You don't want to be in debt for the rest of your life trying to pay for a degree that you may or may not be actually using. That's all I'm saying. May or may not be using. It's 10:47, dog. We go shoot to a commercial break real quick before we get our final around the block commentary, dog. Don't forget, hit me in the comment box right now. We will read your comments live on the air. That's going to be on IG Live or on Facebook Live or on YouTube Live. We will read all of that shit live on the air, because you know why. Because this is the livest cloud radio show on the planet. Straight from the E-Block Radio, dog. We'll be back in 45 seconds, man. Yeah. Holla at your boy. And we're back. You know exactly what it is, man. The Livest Cloud radio show on the planet.
Earth.
Nigga choking. Straight from the E-Block Radio, man. Live on your down, dog. We get ready to wrap it up, man. If you're just now checking in. Question of the day, man. Does your child need to go to college to be successful? I see my man Matt Mole just checked in. What up, though? What up? He's a teacher, so I would be interested in knowing what he has to say about that. If you got a second, Matt, if you're still on there, man, hit me in the comment box. We will read your comments live on air. It is kind of, I do want to hear from a teacher's perspective. You know, speaking of school, though, if you're in the Detroit area, you may have learned that Marygrove College is closing. Yeah, so at first they had already got rid of what was the undergrad program, so all they had was the master's program, and now the entire school is closed. So rest in peace to Marygrove. Shout out to Marygrove too, though, because that's where my sister graduated school from, in Marygrove College. And it was a super small liberal arts school, but I thought that it might survive. I don't know what happened. Maybe they was charging too much money, not enough enrollment, something like that. I'm not sure.
Probably all that.
Right, all of that. So rest in peace to Marygrove College. But yeah, we gonna go around the block one last time, dog. Does your child need to go to college to be successful, man? Hit me in the comment box and let me know what you think. Monk Money, your final words going out, bro.
Let me say this. Tap into your genius.
Don't
let nobody fucking tell you nothing different. Because if I let anybody tell me something, they tell me I ain't going to make it. I ain't going to do nothing. I ain't going to be successful. If I listen to those people, bro, and listen to this shit, bro, that they said. And some of the teachers I went to school told me I wasn't going to grow up and be shit.
Damn.
Yeah.
Word?
Yeah. Bitch, check me out now, though.
DPS.
You know
DPS.
Yeah, check me out now, though. You know what I'm saying? So, that negativity, you leave that negativity where it's at, man. You pursue your dream. Be passionate in what you passionate in. I don't give a damn if it's art. I don't give a damn if it's whatever. You can make some money some way, somehow out here, dog. Tap into that shit and run with it. And,
sure.
and if you enjoy doing it, oh my God, how successful can you be? If you enjoy doing what you do, you know what I mean? Like, so, I mean, I really think people just need to tap into their genius. I'm going to keep saying that.
I know, I like that, though. I like that.
Because a lot of people just walk around these days and not knowing what the fuck they good at, man. You know what I mean? You got to put yourself out here to know. You got to have multiple things you do just to know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
to figure out, yeah.
To figure out what it is. You know what I mean? Like,
sure.
Trust me, I've been into plenty of jobs. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Plenty of jobs and said, shit, this shit ain't for me. You know what I'm saying?
Because everybody know you as a cook, but I'm pretty sure you had several other occupations before that.
Several other occupations before that. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, and shit, I figure it out. And I'm trying to blend all them shits together. All the ones I was good at and decent at.
Put it all together.
Put it all together, baby boy. You know what I'm saying? And something to tap in, you know?
Yeah. Man. That's how you feel.
That's how I feel.
Your kid, though. You go tell him?
What? I give it up, B?
Yo, you know I give it up, B.
You know I give it up, B.
I'm saying, so are you go tell them they need to go to college, or are you just go give them your same spiel?
Give them my same spiel.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to not encourage them to go.
Like if they want to.
If you want to go, you know what I mean? Like my son say you want to be, you got to go.
Yeah.
You got to go, baby boy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Stay on your shit, you know what I'm saying?
I feel you. For sure, man. On that note, dog, I'm on that same tip, dog. If the kid want to go, I mean, I would have to be prepared to be able to try to at least help them financially, because dog, college debt is probably the worst debt. It's got to be worse than credit card debt. Only because with credit card debt, you can refinance and get all that shit. But your student loan debt, man, you take that shit to the grave, bro. So I would encourage people who, if you got a specialized want or desire, you know, like that, being a scientist or something like that, obviously you do have to go to school. But I want to also give them the opportunity to see other stuff. Like maybe arts, or maybe writing, or maybe business ownership, because even business owners say that you don't have to have an MBA to like own a business. It's probably cool, it look good on paper and all that good shit, but at the end of the day, like how much do you really need it? And something that like Irv Gotti said that shit before, just about, you know, showing them that life and experience is probably the best teacher. I think we've all heard that before, and I think it's true. So it's the best teacher, even outside of school. If school didn't cost so much, like I say, take advantage of the free community college. Like, why not get your associate's degree for free, because they're giving it away, so you might as well take it. And then also something that I seen Dame Dash said, this was a throwback when he was on Drink Champs. He was talking about basketball players. He was like, basketball players, they really passionate about playing basketball. He's like, so you got to get to a point where you just like a basketball player, where you doing something, and then you realize you start getting paid for it. But at the beginning of the shit, you did it for free. Mm-hmm. So like, if you that passionate in whatever you doing, that you would have did the shit for free, and then you just fuck around and start getting paid for it, then you tapped into your genius. Right there.
Man, you don't need NBA, you need MONEY. Right. If you got enough of that,
so you good.
Doors are open.
Yeah, for sure.
Doors are open for you to tap in. You know what I'm saying? Or just stick with paying, keeping your MONEY and say fuck college and, you know what I'm saying, do your thing.
Do your thing, right?
You know what I'm saying? And set your kid up in future. You know what I'm talking
right.
about?
I know from all this shit that I said today, we will never get a sponsorship from a school, but that's okay. On that note, man, I want to thank everybody who checked us out on IG Live, everybody who checked us out on Facebook Live and YouTube Live, dog. We will be back in the studio on Monday. Yeah, we'll be back on Monday. So make sure you tune in on www.eblockradio.com. Also, don't forget to support the brand, pardonmyeastside.com. You've seen the commercial 3 times today. All right, so you know what it is. Go to the website right now. Hit that promo code and put in E-Block Radio and get 25% off. All right, so make sure you check that out. And of course, dog, it's Father's Day, man. So get y'all motherfucking daddies something, and women, single mamas, I don't want to see them goddamn cards.
Bro, you know how I fucked up? I didn't know it was Father's Day coming up, bro.
Yeah, it's Father's. Yeah, the father, the non-father on the motherfucking show realized it was Father's Day.
Right, but I didn't know it was coming up because
it's Sunday.
It ain't
nobody said nothing.
No specials on TV.
Nope.
No Father's Day dinner.
Nothing.
None of that shit.
Nothing. Fuck y'all. It's always been fuck y'all, man. It's all good though. But salute to all the fathers out there, man. Venus said Happy Father's Day, Monk. For sure, man. Spend some time with y'all daddies, man. Or if you are a father, don't be mad if your kid a dirtbag and didn't get you nothing and shit. Just remind them that it's Father's Day, because nobody else is gonna tell them. All right. Till the next time, man. You already know what it is. The Livest Cloud Radio Show on the planet
Earth, cuz.
Straight from the E-Block Radio Live on your dial. Got my man Money holding it down.
I stand this thing, you know what I'm talking about.
And of course, it's your man's the Hood Howard Stern, Q Lewis, holding it down live from the 48205, man. Peace out, y'all.
Deuces. Holla at your loved ones, niggas.